What's up, everybody? Welcome to the No Nonsense live stream, and I hope you can hear me today because a lot of the time the audio has been weird. There we go. It's all good. Perfect. All right. So, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever the fuck. Today I want to talk about just like the title. Oh god, excuse me, little indigestion. I'll be honest. The fuck's the title list? Oh, take the hard road. All right, I'm bouncing back. I had an allergy attack on Monday. Had to take some antihistamines, which I hate, but I feel fine now. So, antihistamines. So, all right. Take the hard road. What does that mean? Every day in my life, I'm tested on a daily basis with choices on what to do to get a better result. And depending on my state of mind is how I decide to make these choices. For example, if I'm pretty centered like I am right now, probably a little bit off because I'm trying to figure out this audio problem. But if I'm centered, what I try to do is come at people with love and genuinely listen to what their needs are rather than my own. That's a practice. It takes a while to get good at it if you're not naturally good at it. Some people are gifted like this. They're just fucking amazingly selfless people that have no problems with this. I had to do a little bit of learning and practice this. I mean, not always in my life. I've always been when I was younger, like a happy-go-lucky. I always wanted to make sure everybody was okay. If somebody seemed like they were in distress, I always asked, what's wrong? Is there anything I could do to help? I expressed genuine concern. Now today, I find that it's easy to focus on negative and bad things, right? Especially out and about in the world. When you're out in public, when you're at the grocery store, when you're at the gas station, when you're shopping for a new pair of shoes, whatever, at work. The general world you have no control over, right? People, places, and things. You have no control, so know that. But you can choose how to react in any given situation. And if you're in a selfish, self-centered mindset, people will irritate the living fuck out of you. You know, traffic will get to you. The teller at the bank might piss you off because they're taking too long. You're irritated because you have to wait in the line at the grocery store because it's a Sunday morning and everybody shops for groceries on Sunday. See, that all comes from being selfish, self-centered, thinking about you. You know, that's why you're irritated. If you go out, except for, you know, taking into account your decisions. So if you go out on a Sunday morning and you're shopping at the grocery store when it's the worst time to shop ever, because that's when everybody's out, excuse me, you get irritated because you got to wait in line forever. There's only like 5 lanes open. Even self-checkout's taking too long, right? So you get the irritation. So you have to choose to accept your decision in that point. It was my choice to go shopping on a Sunday morning, knowing full well how busy it is because everybody's off work and needs to get their shit for their house, right? You take responsibility for your own choices. You chose that. You can go shopping an evening on a Wednesday if you just budgeted the time, but you have to be honest with yourself and tell you, are you really going to be willing to do that? Nope. Most people are off Saturday, Sunday, so that's when most people go out. I like working during the day. I work at night, so I go out during the day, early morning or late at night at like 10, 11 o'clock. Nobody's at the store. Best time to fucking shop, people. Best time. You know, there's nobody there. You have to worry about lines. You just cruise around to get what you need. Nobody's going to bug you. Choosing the hard way is making the decision to react or behave in a way that, even though goes against how you're feeling, is ultimately the right decision to make at that time. And what I mean by that is coming at people, say, with love. Here's a good example. The other night, I had a coworker tell me, this is Monday, when I was like full. I was sneezing. My nose was just dripping snot like a faucet. I kept just snorting liquid snot out my nose. It was disgusting. It was annoying. Being at work was irritating. And I took a Zyrtec and all that shit and still didn't work. And I don't like taking that stuff, but it still wasn't doing anything for me. I just had to let the misery ride out. And I was in a shitty mood. And I remember one of my coworkers like, I heard you were talking shit yesterday from like 2 other people. And I'm like, I'm so irritated that I just didn't care. I was like, because for me, talking shit in my mind is calling reality out as it happens. Meaning, the situation was these people at work wanted me to stay and close like an hour and a half and just have it be me while they went home and they're closing too. And if you're in the restaurant industry, that's a lot of burden to maybe put on somebody, especially on a Saturday night, because it's unpredictable. You don't know what's going to come in. An hour and a half in the restaurant world is a long time to be by yourself, folks. To give you an idea, a lot of shit can happen in an hour and a half. A lot of shit can happen in 5 minutes at a restaurant, let alone an hour and a half on a Saturday night when you're the only person there. In other words, it could have been really busy. So I didn't care at the time. And I think maybe in passing, because I hear the same people bitch, moan, and complain about why they're not getting a chance to get into a position at work. And I go, it's because your attitude sucks. Attitude's everything in this world, folks. If you're going, why am I not the one doing it? That's exactly why you're not getting it. Because your attitude sucks. You need to work on it a little bit and stop being jealous of the other people that are getting to do it because they're not, learn from those people. Learn from those people, but also have the decency to look at yourself as the problem. Okay? This is the hard way. You have to look at yourself as the problem, not the rest of the world, not your job, not the grocery store, not the general public, not what's going on in politics, not what's going on at you are what you need to look at. How do you look at that? Honesty. Be honest with yourself, okay? The world doesn't revolve around you, nor does it revolve around me. I know this, right? But I could still sometimes think it does. I can go and get irritated when I have to wait at line in the grocery store. Why? Because it's my time. So I'm making it about me. I don't want to wait in those lines. This is why I procrastinate on all kinds of areas of my life. This is why I wait forever to go. I don't like sitting for 30 minutes to get an oil change. Because that's 30 minutes I can't get back. So I procrastinate till I have to do that. That's me. And it's the act of not doing that. I don't like sitting in a waiting room waiting for a service to be done. Like, well, it's not so long. I'm like, you don't understand. Time is a currency. You just don't get back, people. This is why I value it. And I hate doing stuff like that. That's just, it's necessary, but also it annoys me. So that's, again, about me and my time. So I'm making it selfish. But it's true, but I'm being honest about that. That's why I don't like doing that stuff, right? As far as dealing with people and work situations. So to go back to the story I was telling, this coworker, was just, their attitude always sucks. And in the state of mind I was in on Monday, I was very I didn't care. I was like, I don't feel like coming at this person with love and this and that. So in my mind, I was like literally destroying them with vicious words. But I just got to leave early. So my attitude of being grateful that another coworker decided they were going to close for me, which was nice. So I got to leave. And then what I did was I just went to that person and just hugged them and came at him with love and immediately diffused the situation. That person was like, oh, well, don't talk shit. I'm like, I wasn't talking shit. I was just stating reality. And she's like, I'm like, so I don't know how you heard that. And I'll tell people if I'm talking shit about them at work. I really don't give a fuck. I call them right out in front of their face all the time. Like, I don't care. You're sucking at your job. I have no problem telling you that you're doing that because I don't give a fuck about people's feelings. Like, you got to work in this world wherever you're at, man. You can't be, we can't all stop because our emotions are affected. You got to work. Otherwise, everything falls off the fucking rails. So, by me choosing, even though I was miserable in my head and I didn't want to, I chose to go at it lovingly, and immediately this situation resolved itself. Why? Because I chose to do that. I could have walked away, and I've done this before, angry, vicious, walking out the door, muttering under my breath, motherfucker, and I've done it. I do it. But I didn't. I chose the hard way, which was, even though I could have made it about me, I physically felt like shit in my mind. I was really hard. I just said, fuck it. And I just went in for it, and it was fine. Now we're cool. It's that hard decision that even when you're in a physical state of discomfort or mental anguish or whatever it is, you have to make those decisions. The hard decisions, which is you choose to do this way. It doesn't matter if somebody else isn't responding the way you think they should, or the world. You have to make these decisions, because ultimately it'll make everything around you better. It'll make your mind better, less anxiety, less stress. It will. You have to see the good things in people and not the bad. They can do 99 good things and then one fuck up, and we exploit the fuck up. Oh, you're so awesome, but here's that one thing. And people do it all the time because people, why? Envious, jealousy. It's a big motivator, right? You see somebody in the public eye, and everybody admires that person, and people get angry at that person for that, for just being themselves. Then you have to ask yourself why. Usually it's envy. They want that person has, but they just want it. But they're not willing to do what it takes to get there, or do those hard things to get there. They're not. And that's the honest conversation you have to have with yourself, right? Are you choosing the right steps to get to that point? Probably not. You're looking at that person going, oh, why do they have those things and I don't? I'm like, well, because you suck. Because you suck, and that's exactly why. If you have to say that out loud, you just told yourself the answer. But you can't always look at people on this like linear path of like, oh, that person's got a successful this and that. Like, because to various different degrees of talent, intelligence, work ethic, there's various degrees. Like, I could be awesome at one particular job and I suck at another. Like, I'm a good bartender, right? I'm a good customer service fella. I got that in and out, the work, the job. I'm great. All around good employee, right? But if I was to go, say, be a plumber, like I always say, I know nothing of plumbing and I suck at it. Hard labor has never been my thing. I dug a hole once for a guy for like a half a day, and it was miserable. And it's like, my hat's off to people who do that for a living, because it's real fucking hard work. It's just not work that I find fulfilling enough for myself. It's just not. And I'm honest about it, So that doesn't make me smarter or dumber than those people. It's just different. Those people are willing to do those jobs. I'd let them, just like I'm more artistic and visual, and I come up with creative shit to say. That's it. So how can you take the hard road? You have to practice letting go of what you think you know is best. And that's really fucking hard, because I always think I know what's best, right? At least for me. What's best in my own life, my own surroundings and world. But the reality of the situation is I don't know what's best for anyone else, except maybe myself. But even that's kind of crazy. And that's prideful. And sometimes I have to choose to ask for help, and that's hard. That's letting go of your ego, your pride, knowing that you need a little assistance in life, and that's okay. But it's a hard thing to do. It's a hard thing to admit, especially when you're a dude. Men have a hard time asking for help because we're supposed to be able to do everything. It's like, no, we're supposed to have a group of people to do shit together. That's why, you've always had the one guy who knows how to build shit out of wood. Then there's the funny guy. And then there's the strong guy. There's the asshole. There's the good all around guy. It's like there's a little bit of everything, and it all comes together to form just, one group of people that all need each other in different ways. What I shine in one area, another person lacks in another. Right? So you bring light to that area for those people, and vice versa. Where you lack in an area of life, that person brings light to the thing that you lack in. Interdependent relationships are very necessary. You have to take the hard road in life. Nothing's easy. Nothing. Admitting you're wrong, admitting you don't know anything, admitting you're the problem, hard. But it starts there, right? Those are the first steps in the right direction of the solution. Admitting you don't know, admitting you're the problem, and admitting you don't know what the fuck you're doing. That's how you start in the right direction of a solution to yourself, okay? Another example of being able to choose the hard way, again, like with my coworker, I chose love. I could have chose the selfish, self-centered asshole thing, like, fuck this bitch, I'm leaving, right? And fuck her, fuck everybody else. I could have done, that's easy. That's easy. When you get into the fuck it mode, easy. That's literally not being able to deal with the situation, letting your emotions get the best of you, and just saying fuck it. That's the easy way. The hard way is to do what I did and go up to that person and just love on them. It's hard, especially when people in your life you don't like very much. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to do that loving situation. But I'll tell you this, when you love on people that you don't particularly like, you begin to accept those people as they are. You don't try to change them. That's why you get irritated at people, right? You get irritated or frustrated with people because they're not behaving in a manner that you deem necessary for your own sake. And that is the truth. You have to look at these people as going, that's who they are. Just accept them, love on them. Now we can get along. Now we can have, now I like you. You know, I remember, I've told this story before. There's a fella I worked with, and for a long time annoyed the shit out of me because he wasn't doing his job the way I thought he should. But then when I step back and look at what he does do well, dude can fucking talk to his customers like no other. Like, people want to come in and see him because he's got something personal about him. Regardless of what I think of that, that's an amazing trait to have in a person. That's a good quality in any human being to have that, right? I can learn from that. And then I just started accepting this guy as he was, and now I'm totally cool with him. I'm like, fucking great guy, right? Who was the problem? Me. It was how I looked at this individual, because they weren't working the way I thought they should be working at the job that I'm at, that I do a certain way. And it wasn't him the way that I would do it. You know what I mean? Again, the way that I would do the job, is since other people don't do it, makes me irritated because other people aren't doing the job. Now, sometimes people just don't do the job in general that they're supposed to do. And that is an expectation. You know, when you're at a workplace, we do have expectations. You need to do this certain thing. Otherwise, the whole fucking place goes crazy and nothing works. You need the person to run these documents in the office, or otherwise the manager can't look at them. You need everybody. Interdependent relationships, right? Very necessary. So if we took everything personal, especially at work's a great example, because if you took everything personal at work, this is why people don't get up into higher positions. This is why the worker bees are wondering why they're not getting promoted. Your attitude sucks balls. That's the truth. You suck. You're not looking at yourself as the problem. You're making everybody else's life around you miserable by your bitch moaning and complaining. And nobody wants to be around you with that. And you want to get up into management or run this place? No. The place would crash and burn, probably get set fire. You go to prison. It's like, no, it wouldn't work. But nobody, you can't tell people that at work anymore because people are so fucking sensitive. And when I was younger, I took everything personal. Everything. Whether it was work, everything. I could take constructive criticism today. I really do, because I want to listen, because I want to grow. That's knowing I don't know everything, because I'm learning from all people in order for me to grow on this earth. That is the hard choice to do. That's the reason the successful people are up there. That's the reason they're climbing the hierarchy. That's the reason they're at the top of the pyramid and not you. Why? Because they're doing the hard things. They're listening to other people's needs more than their own, but also having the balls to take the initiative with a good attitude about it. If their attitude was that, you know, I see it clear the older I get. You know, I used to think when I was younger, I could run this place. No, I have a quality that's good, is I'm really great with people. I can talk to people. I can make them laugh. I'm quick-witted. I see things that I don't see as a problem that other people see. It's amazing how my perception of the same person and situation can be completely different than another person's. It's very fascinating and intriguing to me, and I'd like to know why. And I'm really convinced that it is because of a selfish, self-centered desire. That person is not behaving the way I want them to behave, so my day can go quicker. I'm irritated, and that person's difficult, right? If you really have an honest conversation, step back and objectively look at situations you've been in your life, you'll see a lot of truth in that, and that is it. Not kind of, sort of, maybe. It is. Another example, last night, this lady, people were like, oh my God, I can't believe you got this lady. She came in by herself, and she's nitpicky, right? She's very particular and asks for certain things to be done a certain way. It's kind of tedious, but it's not out of this world possible for something asked at the job, right? But people were like, oh my God, that lady's just like, they acting like she's evil. Is she particular and a little bit, if she would have come in at a wrong time of day, like it was super busy, yes, she would be super annoying because you wouldn't have the time to invest. But since it was late at night, I had plenty of time to invest. She was fine, very sweet woman, happy customer, great, right? Because I listened to what this person needed. I gave her needs, and it made my night go fine, and everybody else was like, oh my God. And I'm just like, it's amazing how you look at this person in a completely different light than I do. Because I get outside myself. I think about what those people need, right? I don't think about they need to speed it up. I'm like, I'm here. Because if you think about it, you're here all night. It's like, that doesn't matter. But again, I believe it's all selfish self-centeredness. All of it is why people get irritated as fuck. Even out in traffic. God damn it, I didn't get to the fucking light in time. New fucking person should have turned. Why didn't you make a left-hand turn? I need to get to the store. I need to get to the store. I need to get somewhere. I need this. My time, my thing. You're irritating my night. You're taking away from my day. My. Oh my, oh my, oh me, oh my, it's just that crazy now. It's true. The hard way is to choose to not be selfish and be selfless by listening to other people's needs and making it more about their needs than your own. That's the hard way. You have to practice it on a daily basis. You can't do this, just once in a great while to make yourself feel good, because again, that's selfish, self-centered. You have to do it daily. And the more you do it daily, the less likely you are to be concerned about the shit that's going on in your life that's causing you pain and misery, and it won't make it as bad. It won't be all about you and the woe is me's and the self-pity and shit like that. You'll really genuinely be grateful for your life. You will begin to be grateful for the things you have, grateful for the people around you, grateful for the job, regardless of what you think of it or how the place should be ran. You will be grateful by doing that, by getting outside yourself. Practice, practice, practice. The hard way, the hard choices. It's so much easier to tell your girlfriend to go fuck herself when she pisses you off than to come at her with love and be like, what can I do to be of service to you, baby? Right? Same thing with the women. It's easy to tell your man to go fuck himself, right? When he's being a dick. But you just love on him, and I guarantee if you just love on him, he will just shut down and become like he'll work with you. Again, the hard decisions, right? The hard way. It's the hard way. It seems easy. It can be the more you practice it, but it's hard at first. But you have to constantly keep doing it. It becomes easier the more you do it. Try to be open to new ideas. Admit to yourself that maybe your ideas and the ways of thinking and your belief systems suck and they don't work anymore. And be open to new ideas. Go, I don't know why life is like this. Be open to new ideas. But by being open, actually really open, it allowed me to also shut down shit I hear too. Not being open to just like anything. But I've realized that if I'm going to be open to one thing and think this is a possibility, then how can I not be open to this other thing and think this might be a possibility, right? For me, it allows me to be less compartmentalized with my belief systems and just more open and okay, maybe, you know. And I find the best way to it is just truth, honesty, willingness, that stuff. Be honest with yourself always about all your motives. Question everything you do. Is anything you're doing today from a selfish, self-centered uh, state of mind, or is it from, because generally, how can I be of service to people? That's a good way to keep your job less stressful, is stop looking at your job as because again, jobs are a great example of this, because we all go to a job to make money, to get shit, right? Whatever. But if you're solely getting pissed because that's your main goal, the money, or my job sucks, I'm not making enough money, I need more money. And then, well, good. Take the actions that you need to find a better position for financial security. But in the meantime, while you're at that job, instead of bitch moaning and complaining about what you're not getting, practice going, well, I'm here right now. So what can I do to be of service to the people around me at this job? Because this is my world for today. It's my world, right? And then when you're not there, take some action steps to get to a point and make some decisions to further yourself if you want more money. Figure out how to get there. Don't get stuck in don't be miserably comfortable. It sucks being miserably comfortable. Take a chance. It's all good. Try, but you have to action steps, but also wherever you're at in the now, be in the now and be of service. That's how you get through this. That's how you choose the hard way. And it sucks. So you've got, general public sucks. You could be somebody who's just a fucking cunt. And what are you going to do? Are you going to react to them? Because if you react to those people negatively, you're just feeding into what they want, and it'll be a vicious cycle, and it feeds and feeds and feeds, and then there's a fight. But if you look at that person just for a minute and pause for a second and look back and be like, that person's just having a rough day. You know what? Maybe there's some shit going on in their life that they're not dealing with right now that I have no fucking idea about. They're just taking it out on me. Love on them. Love on them. I swear is the best thing to do. Or you can fear. Fear means like, oh, fuck this person. They're getting into my shit. Again, it becomes selfish, self-centered. Again, that's the problem. Selfish, self-centeredness. So how to combat that? Better decisions today equal better results tomorrow, right? I want to look better. So I have to choose to not eat the Twinkies and choose to eat the steak or the chicken or the broccoli or the asparagus or something. You have to choose these things. That's the hard way, rather than sitting back the easy way and going, well, this is the way it is and I'm the way I am, so fuck it. No. Anything you want in this world is hard work, no matter what. No matter what. You want the big bucks at the job? Hard work, hard to do. You want the clear mind? Hard work, daily. You want to be good at guitar? Practice shit tons, hours a day, endlessly till your hands bleed. Hard. You want to be a good singer? Practice all day, every day, hitting all those notes until your throat's so goddamn fucking sore you can't swallow. Hard work, guys. Anything in life is hard to do. You want to have a good relationship? You want to have a fucking successful marriage? Hard work. So you have to make the hard decisions in order to make it be that way. Be honest with yourself. Ask yourself, what are you willing to do? What are your motives for doing them? Is it selfish, self-centered? Or are you generally thinking about other people? That's what you do. Then make the hard choice. Especially when shit's hitting the fan and you can react. You have to come at people with love. That's the choice. Choose the hard way. The easy way is to be like, fuck you. It's about me and me. Admit to yourself you don't know. Admit that you don't have all the answers. Admit you need help. That's the hard choices. That's how you start. And then you can go from there. The first one, know you're the problem. Know you are the problem. The rest of the world is never going to change, but it starts with you. You want to be that great role model for your kids? Be the fucking example. Don't do that do as I say, not as I do. Do as I do, but lead in a good light. Actions always speak louder than words, guys. I get it. Whoever said the customer's always right at work, yeah, they're. I hope they're dead. Because they're not. People aren't always right. We're wrong all the time about everything, and people want to save their dollar on their coupon that was expired yesterday and they want to use. I get it. People are get irritated and upset about trivial shit. Just know that when they do, it's not your fault. And you can choose to love on that person. Let them be a little bit better in their life. Let them know, like, it's okay. They don't have to worry about this shit. It's not important. It's going to be okay. The hard way, man. Practice. Take the hard road. The hard road in anything in life. The easy road gets you nowhere. The easy road gets you addicted to drugs and alcohol and pills. The easy road gets you into debt. The easy road makes you cut corners in life for selfish gain, and then at the long run make you realize you missed out on a lot of good things. The easy road is not the way to go. There is no easy road. It might seem easy at the time and the right thing to do because it's easier, but in the long run, it's always going to come up to bite you in the ass. Always. Always. So you got to choose the hard road. Choose the love, not the fear. Choose kindness over your own personal feelings. It is the harder road to do, and it's a practice to become good at it. And you get better the more you do it. Daily. Until it becomes a way of life, and you make it a habit. You just make it a habit. Constant habit. And shit gets better for you. Then things start happening it puts life into perspective of what's important, what you can do without, what's truly needed, and what is more, everything's just a want base. Because if you think, most everything in life is a want, not necessarily a necessity, right? That could be a topic for another stream, but choose the hard path, the road that a lot of people don't want to do. And those that do take it, who's on that road. They're the successful people. They're the ones that actually care about other people, that aren't just being selfish, self-centered. They're the ones asking you about your day. I remember I worked at, I sold cars. I worked for Toyota for a brief period of time, a long time ago. And the car sales business sucks, right? It's a bunch of just competitive, shitty people always just fighting to sell people on something they don't want. And me, I was too nice of a fella where I just wanted to honestly listen to what people were telling me they wanted and try to give them that. But depending on where you're at, most sales places don't like that method. They just want to see the results. They don't give a shit about the customer. I did. But the owner of that place was an amazing fellow. He showed up every now and then, and everybody was like, oh God, the owner's here. And he's a big he owns multiple dealerships, guy's loaded, right? But he only met me one time, and I didn't see him for months and months and months. And then the next time I saw him, he remembered my name. Just by like, hey Matt, what's going on? How you doing? I have a hard time remembering people's names because I meet people all the time. And the fact that he at least remembered my name means he genuinely gives a shit about the people that work under him. because he knows without those people willing to do the job at the place that he owns, he would not have the business because he understands the value of those people and he treats them like people rather than, this is my place, you are my servants, do thy bidding. You know what I mean? He genuinely acknowledged me as just a fellow human. Didn't think he was inferior or superior to me. Just, hey, Matt, how you doing today? Just all around man, you could tell is humble by his success for all the right reasons. Okay. So he deserves his success. Honestly, not everybody deserves that. And those people who don't deserve it, it always crashes and burns one way or another for him. But he was a good family man and it shows. So there's good examples out there in this world. My suggestion is find those examples, cling to them. Not cling to them, but at least get some good information from them and then apply it to your own life, right? Don't hang out with these fucking just like the people at work. You talking shit? I'm like, you're talking shit. I thought we were too old for that. And I'm like, you talk shit every day you're here. I'm like, I don't care. My talking shit is I just call things like I see it. That's all I do. I don't talk shit like this person. I'm like, you suck. Your attitude sucks. I call reality out like you see it. It's like if you just threw like a ball through a window, a baseball, and you broke the window, be like, you just threw that fucking ball through the window. What the fuck were you thinking? That's kind of how I do shit. I call out the obvious. It's not talking shit. Talking shit is the exact thing that people who talk shit say other people are doing because they want to revert the attention from themselves, okay? Avert the attention from themselves. I don't know words anymore. Everything blends together. Dyslexia, I think. I don't know. But focus on the positive things. Even though this person who talks shit has a heart of gold, will constantly bring in treats for people, even though it's horrible, shitty processed candy food. The point is, it's the thought of caring about other people. That's a good trait. I could overlook that because the attitude sucks, right? Again, perception is everything. And I talk to people who have that deeper, it's about deeper perception in life. I don't care about the surface stuff anymore, like how much money. I want to care about deep things, how people deal with life. That for me is what I strive for today. I like hearing and associating myself with individuals who have a deeper understanding of humans and life. Okay. I don't care about the what the pigeons are watching on the old TV or the soul-sucking devices anymore. I just don't care. I care about genuine acts of human kindness and character, and what are you doing? And you have to practice seeing that good light in people, because everybody's got the light and the dark. All of us. All of us. All of us have that duality within us. All of us. Because you can't have light without dark. It's not versus. They need each other. And which one do you want to hone in on more? It's easy to hone in on the dark. Dark is easy. It's easy. It's harder to hone in on the good, but also it isn't once you practice being that way more, right? Light is better than the light. Light doesn't win over dark, and dark doesn't win over light. Nobody wins because it's an endless thing. It's coexisting. They need each other. Because sometimes you have to do a good thing, but it affects other people in a negative way. You know what I mean? Like, there's no consequence in this world that is 100% pure good or 100%, well, it probably is 100% pure evil, but I don't know. Another day, another talk, maybe, right? So, choose the hard road. The road, whatever road that is for you, whatever is the hardest thing you can think of right now to do, try doing the opposite. If it's being nice to your mom, be nice to your mom. If it's calling that friend, call that friend. Be loving towards them. that coworker that's pissing you off, practice it on the people that you don't want to practice it on, and I guarantee you will see some beautiful results in your life. Honestly, you will. But be honest with yourself. Tell yourself the truth. Don't fucking lie. And go from there. All right? So, again, it's not easy. If you want easy, I don't know what to tell you. There is no easy. We're all trying to figure things out. Nobody knows. Nobody knows the right way to do anything. So, yeah, just be honest with yourself. Take the hard path. Choose love over fear. And honestly, good shit will come of it. Be grateful for what you got. Because even if you get those fancy pants and lollipops, folks, whether you deserve them or not, they're not going to fill the void inside here. I know. But what fills the void for me is being selfless and genuinely giving a shit about other people's needs over my own. And that's it. Don't take yourself too seriously, guys. Have a great afternoon.